Kings, hope you're well. And in this video, I want to talk about the shifting consumer behaviors in this new market that we're moving into right now. It's really exciting because all I do all day long is I pay attention to how the market is moving. And what I mean by how the market is moving is not necessarily the money markets. I'm talking about people's attention. As a marketer, it's critical for you to understand how the market is shifting and where the attention is going. So you can run better ads, right? So if you're running social ads, if you're running programmatic ads like I do, it's critical and super important for you to understand where the attention is shifted. So you don't lose money when you're running these campaigns on. So the first thing I want to talk about is the lack of self-awareness by a lot of brands right now. We are witnessing Jaguar, the brand, really being tone deaf. But what we're seeing is that even when they put out their recent ad, if you go to the comment section of that ad, there's a lot of feedback that they're getting from consumers, but they're not paying attention to it. The market is trying to tell them that this is a crappy ad, but Jaguar is not listening. There are so many social listening tools that are available in the marketplace. In fact, these tools have been around for a long time. A lot of people that are in social media marketing know what I'm talking about. What these social listening tools allow for you to do as a marketer is to analyze the conversations that are happening online, to understand how consumers are feeling about a brand, where they're going with these conversations about the brand, so you can take action based on these conversations. It just seems to me, and it's really shocking to be very honest with you, that even with these social listening tools being available, these decision makers at these brands are still messing up. And I have a theory behind why this is happening. My theory is that a lot of these brands, and quite frankly, a lot of these agencies that are around right now, are operating in echo chambers. And it's very difficult for somebody who's stuck in an echo chamber to make a difference. Let me explain to you what I mean. I've worked with a lot of brands and a lot of ad agencies over the last 15 years. And I've come across campaigns that I completely disagreed with. But I knew, even if I brought up my opinion of how crappy this campaign was or how crappy this creative ad was, I was in the minority. So my voice didn't matter. It didn't matter if I told the advertiser that, hey, this ad that we're running, mind you, I was the guy, and I'm still the guy, that activates these campaigns in these platforms like the DSPs. So whether it's DV360 or the Trade Desk, I'm the one that's activating these campaigns. So I know how people are engaging with these ads. So even if you try to give feedback to some of these advertisers that, wait a minute, these ads are not converting because your creative sucks. It's not connecting with the audience. Nobody's listening to you. It's tragic because you will find that there will be an advertiser that has allocated like $1 million into an ad campaign, but the ad creative is trash. And I can find somebody who can come up with a better ad creative than they did. What I've learned over time is this. There are certain elements in the decision-making process that are so fully invested in the status quo that if things change, they'll become powerless. They won't have any power anymore. What are some of these entities? Let's talk about it. Creative agencies. With the emergence of AI, I just don't see how a lot of these creative agencies are still in business. I just don't see it. There's so many creative agencies right now that are in denial that AI is about to take them out of business. How can you not know that AI is going to take you out of business? So instead what they do is they will gaslight you as a trader to tell you, oh, we are better than AI. You're lying. I've set up ads myself using AI that end up being better than the ads that I got from my creative agency. But there's always somebody at that creative agency that doesn't want that change. Which is also a tragedy because it's only a matter of time until these dinosaurs are completely out of business. You can deny change all you want, but time always reveals the truth. Let's talk about Disney and X. I don't know if you guys have been following what's happening with Disney It's very funny. So Elon Musk had an interview with, I think, one of these mainstream media journalists. First of all, mainstream media is dead now, so nobody's taking them seriously. He basically told these advertisers that were ditching X, including Disney. I think Disney were boycotting advertising on X because now Elon Musk is in charge. You know what Elon Musk said? Go F yourself. Look it up. It was a big deal. Like, wow. Like even the interviewer was like shocked. He was like, how can you say this about your advertisers? Well, Elon was right. What we all learn in business and in life is that, especially in business is a gamble. And we all have to place our bets. And there have been some agencies, some brands that have placed their bets for a long time. And they said, okay, this is the direction we want to go. And we're going to live and die by this hill. Well, consumers change behavior. The same consumer today is not going to behave the same way in a decade from now because they would have grown, become more aware of what's what. The way people voted 10 years ago is completely different from how they voted this year. I know people that were a completely different party a decade ago, but they voted a completely different way this year. Why do they do that? Because now they have access to more information that makes their decision-making different. Same thing with consumers. Consumers behave the same way. So us as marketers, we need to be self-aware. We need to be very aware of this, or else we're going to die off. When you're stuck in this echo chamber and you're the only one that knows the truth, the only thing you can do is to shut up and wait for the ship to sink. And I hate that. I hate it. When I used to work for brands and agencies that didn't get it, I used to hate just keeping my mouth shut. The person that was ultimately in charge of the last say in the process had no experience. I had no experience in platform. There was just maybe like some director who was hired based on some relationship with the owner. And I say a lot of these brands and agencies that have been so used to doing things the same way, they're going to be in big trouble come 2025. They're going to be in huge trouble because the consumer behavior has completely changed. And the thing about people is like people are very predictable, by the way. Very, very predictable. I've come to realize this even in my own personal life. When I study people around me, even my own kids. You know, I got 2 kids. I'm very fortunate to be in that position because when you have kids, you are in a privileged position to see and watch somebody grow. From a baby to a toddler. My eldest is 8-year-old now. I can tell you for a fact, my kid in the last 8 years, completely different human being. I cannot treat my 8-year-old the same way that I treated her when she was 3. It's not possible. Even the conversations are different. She asks questions that I can barely answer because I'm like, I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. So don't you think your consumers and your customers are the same way? Of course they are. If you look at the comment section on X for the new Jaguar ad, Elon is in there asking, okay, do you even sell cars? He's asking the same question that a lot of people are wondering because in the Jaguar ad, there are no cars in there. Like, what kind of ad is this? It's an echo chamber over there at Jaguar that is very difficult to change. And unfortunately, the only way to get rid of that echo chamber is to completely clean house, like what Elon did with Twitter. Unfortunately, that's the only solution to it. I mean, it's sad that people are going to have to be out of work, but it's the reality of life. These people have bet wrong, and they're going to face the consequences of their actions. What I'm appealing to you marketers is that, are you also self-aware of the campaigns that you're on? Are you also self-aware of these shifting consumer behaviors that we're seeing? Because if you're not, you're going to be in big trouble. And I hope that doesn't happen to you. If you're a brand, if you're an advertiser, if you're an agency, if you're looking to work with the best of the best in the business, and you are looking to run some programmatic ads, it doesn't matter what platform, the Trade Desk, DV360, YouTube, Amazon, I got your back. So if you're interested in working with the best in the business, schedule some time. I put a link in the description of this video. Let's talk about the challenges that you're having setting up campaigns. Maybe right now you're running campaigns that are not converting. I can show you how to double your conversions. For the agencies out there, if you are at risk of losing your accounts because of performance, let's talk, because I can show you how to make sure you don't lose those accounts. Because right now, with the shifting consumer behaviors, we're going to see a lot of campaigns falling apart. So let's talk about it. Schedule time, and I'll see you in the next video.